close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not Minnesota sports betting. Despite a last-minute flurry of activity and a first-time deal between tribes, tracks, and charities, Minnesota lawmakers could not usher sports betting bill across the finish line during the final day of the state's legislative session. Representative Zach Stevenson, DFL 35A, the author of a sports betting bill that had the best chance at legalization this year, announced the legislation would not be approved late Sunday evening. As lawmakers tried to hammer out deals during the final day of legislative action in the state, trickles of information started to leak out to the public that sports betting hopes were still very much alive. Dana Ferguson, a senior reporter covering Minnesota politics for NPR News, noted at one point late during the day's action that the language of Stevenson's sports betting bill, HF 5274, would be added to an omnibus tax bill and moved forward to the House of Representatives. However, when the bill was eventually revealed, sports betting was not included. Shortly thereafter, Stevenson announced on X that sports betting would not be moving forward in 2024. "We're going to come up just short on the sports betting bill this year. But in the last few days we proved that we could find a deal that all the major stakeholders could live with. Tribes, tracks, charities. That's meaningful progress that can be a foundation for the future," he said. Despite the failure to move the bill across the finish line, Stevenson announced that for the first time ever in this process a deal between the Minnesota tribes, horse tracks, and charities was agreed upon to institute sports betting. This is the first time all three groups reportedly came to an agreement on how sports betting revenues and taxes would be distributed if legalized. "It's a disappointing end to the session for Minnesota racetracks," Randy Sampson, chairman and president of Canterbury Park, told Sports Betting Dime. "We are disappointed that the only gaming bill that passed this year will prevent our racetracks from increasing purses by using historical horse racing. We believe this proposal deserves a much closer look than it was given by the legislators. However, we are encouraged that a number of legislators worked hard for the past several weeks to expand the benefits of the sports betting bill so racetracks, tribal casinos and charities could all support a final package. Although the bill did not pass, we will continue to work with legislators and the Minnesota Racing Commission to find ways to enhance purses and strengthen Minnesota's horse racing industry," he said. Stevenson's bill provided exclusive control of retail and online sports betting to the following 11 state tribes. Minnesota professional sports franchises also supported this bill.